Good afternoon, Meigs County. Today is Wednesday, March 6, 2025. I'm your host, Keith Klinner, and I live in 10 Mile. It is cold outside. It is definitely gray and blowing, and the temperature's dropping, and we had one heck of a storm last night. It was really windy. Actually, the wind blew part of the roof off my chicken coop. So, uh, I've been trying for several days to get another podcast out to y'all. But it's just been one thing after another like that. You know how life is, and all you can do is keep going. So let's get into it. Watts Bar Lake water level stands at 738.95 feet. They've been running all the generators around the clock right now. I went fishing below the dam Monday afternoon with my wife. We were down there from about 3 o'clock to about 6:30. Um, didn't see a lot of activity. There's a lot of birds moving around down there. Didn't see anybody in a boat catching any fish. Guys were out crappie fishing and walleye fishing. Actually, the only thing I saw catch crappie was an eagle. So there's fish out there. They were definitely stopping and working some schools, but those fish just had lockjaw. Did get a decent bite on the small blue cats. The big fish just weren't right around. We had some big baits out and they were getting pecked at, but the only thing we actually hooked up on was the smaller baits. It's a pretty consistent bite though. I definitely recommend, if you want to go down there and catch a few small catfish. The biggest one we got was probably about 3 pounds, and they just got smaller from there. But you know what they say, your worst day fishing is better than your best day working. Business highlight of the week, half off retail indicator. Right now they have mealworms on sale for about $60. Big box, and like I said, I keep chickens. If you have chickens that need a little extra protein in their diet, or maybe keep reptiles or whatever, something that's going to eat mealworms, I checked online. The same size box at Rural King is going to be somewhere between $80 and $100. So it's definitely a good deal. They didn't have a whole lot left. They had a stack right by the front door there. I bet they don't last through this next weekend. So get down there and get you some while they're cheap. If you would like to be highlighted as a business of the week, please message me on Facebook, or now you can email me at meigscountypodcast@gmail.com. Remember, I don't take payment for my business highlights. I'm just putting out my experiences to help a local business. Events for this week: Ladies Tigers softball fundraising dinner this Thursday the 6th at Angie's Diner from 3:30 to 7 o'clock, and the girls will be waitressing for tips. I think that's a great thing. You should get out there, support your local high school sports teams, and have a good meal. I missed the jail committee meeting yesterday and the Parks Committee meeting. I'd love to report on those, but the weather was just terrible, so I decided to stay home. There's also a special called council commission meeting this Thursday, the 6th at 7 p.m. This is to cancel the senior center bid and repost it due to a technicality. I talked about that for a bit last podcast, and I was proud of the council for moving forward and doing business. I'm sure some lawyer, some bureaucrat got in there and screwed things up, and now they got to redo it all over again for a third time. The other thing they're going to do is renew the CDBG contract. Community Development Block Grant is what that stands for. It's some money from the federal department, from HUD, Housing and Urban Development, that comes through the state that's given to cities and counties for things like low-income housing and stuff like that. I don't know what contract they're talking about. I would love some more information. If any of y'all have any more information on this, are they renewing their grant contract? Do they have a contractor that they're sending the money to that they're renewing a contract with? I'd really like to get some more information on this. So please contact me if you know anything about it. One thing I would like to mention real quick: please don't interrupt any of these commission meetings. There's a time set aside for public comment at the end of the meeting before the commission adjourns. I highly encourage people to attend these meetings and be active in local government. However, I want to remind you that the commissioners are at work and to please treat them with the same respect that you would treat anyone else in the service industry. If you're a respectable enough person not to say disrespectful things to the cashier at Walmart, that you can be polite and professional with the commissioners. I'm not saying don't disagree with them either. Just the opposite. I want you to express your views and your concerns and let them know what the voters of Meigs County want. I just want you to be polite and professional about it. Moving on, the town of Decatur currently has 2 employment opportunities. They're looking for a town clerk and a water plant operator. The resume turn-in deadline is this Friday, and you can find more information at decaturtn.net. If you have news to share or an event you would like me to mention, please message me on Facebook or email me at themeigscountypodcast.com. News that affects Meigs County. A lot of people have been noticing the high price of electricity lately. There's a lot of speculation and rumors as to why this is happening. And I have one word for you: inflation. Let me show you a chart here. To keep it simple, this is the Federal Reserve money supply chart. It's how many dollars are in existence. If anyone wants to have a discussion about economics, you're more than welcome. I could get a lot more detailed into this chart and other charts and what a lot of different things mean to a lot of different people. I'm just trying to keep it simple for purposes of reporting the news. As you can see, from April 2020 to April 2022, the dollar supply increased by 5 times. That's more money has been printed in that period in the last 5 years overall than in the entire existence of the United States since it began. And that's just making money out of thin air. There's nothing to back it up. You don't have to be an economist to understand supply and demand. If there's a bunch of new dollars chasing the same amount of goods, you're going to get inflation, which is what we have all been experiencing for the last few years. The price of toilet paper didn't go up 25% just for you. It went up 25% for the power company too. And they're going to pass along that expense to you in your bill. Now, I'm not going to get political about this issue, at least not today. And I don't want you to get mad at me. I'm just a journalist reporting a fact. Inflation isn't over. There's more to come. It's my job to tell you the truth, and that's what's going to happen. Moving on, my editorial for the week. The thing that jumped out at me at the most in researching, and again, if anybody has anything they'd like me to talk about or any events they have going on, please contact me. I'm looking for more information, more things to share with the community. But the thing that jumped out at me the most was the Lady Tiger softball fundraising dinners. I love youth sports. I was a parent volunteer. I wasn't the coach, but I was an assistant coach for my kids for 11 years for basketball and football. And it's just a great way to get people out, get the community involved. I really highly encourage you to show up at a high school sporting event this year. It's a great thing to do on a Friday night. I'm a very fortunate person in that I have been able to travel around. I've actually been at least passed through all 50 states. The Navy took me to Hawaii, and I got to see the Pearl Harbor Memorial. That wasn't exactly a vacation, but I did get to go and have that experience. And I've also been to Alaska, a little town called Ketchikan, Alaska. It's at the southernmost tip of Alaska. It's about 5,000 people when I went there. Went with a colleague of mine that graduated high school from there. And we were in real estate. We were looking at some houses, and it was Friday night. And I was like, hey man, what are we going to do? It's Friday night. Let's go out. Let's go out on the town. Let's do what, young men in their 20s do. And he was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, let's go out. Let's do something fun. He's like, it's Friday. We're going to the game. I was like, what game? He's like, the high school game. And we went to a high school basketball game. And it was just wonderful for me. It was a small town playing against bigger towns. Of course they lost, but every time somebody made a good shot or whatever, the whole town cheered for them. And you got to see people seeing friends, meeting their neighbors, and I really thought that it was a great way to uh, strengthen the community and support the kids at the same time. And when I say support the kids, youth sports teach a lot of lessons. They teach you how to lose as well as they teach you how to win. They teach you, some people are going to be better than you sometimes. There's a lot of good values that youth sports teach. And I saw this, and I think I'm going to plan on going to a few high school sporting events this year so that I can meet my neighbors and support the kids. I couldn't find any information, like a schedule or anything. I went to the high school website, uh, county schools website. If you know anybody that works for the school, please ask them to post a schedule for any upcoming games. If you want to build a community, go to a go to a high school game and stop for ice cream on the way home and run into your friends and neighbors. And I just can't say enough good things about what attending these games does for a community. Uh, Again, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything that you'd like me to report on, please reach out to me on Facebook or email me at meigscountypodcast.com. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll report back to you after Thursday's commission meeting.